producer.
Hey, I'm looking for Mrs. Bubblegum. Yeah, you know I need the sweet love, cocoa butter kisses that I could only dream of. Making people want the love we have when they see us. I love ya, I want ya, girl, I really need ya. Is it real? Is it real? See, I don't wanna question it. Is it real? Is it real? I think that's a definite. I thank God every day, cause yeah, she really heaven sent. See, God don't make mistakes. My baby's really evidence. Kisses on the cheek that I can't get enough of. You keep the smile on my face from sun up to sun up. I take you out on dates and I could buy you roses. See, I know this ain't perfection, but this really the closest. The fussing and the fighting isn't necessary. The Valentine's for us is not only in February. Anything you want, man, you can get it out of me. See, I just ask for loyalty, man. Show me that you down for me.
Yo, we are back. First ever pod of the new year 2025. Welcome. We took the last 2 weeks off because of Christmas and New Year, so just wanted to make sure we got celebrate and make sure we get the enough rest so we can be energized and ready for the new year. Welcome back to Baller Central. Elijah's on his way. Me and John are kicking things off right now. Hey, NFL season's winding down. We got the last week of the season coming up. A lot of playoff implications for a lot of teams, and a lot of draft implications for teams like myself and John. So,
True.
We're here to talk about the NFL side of things today. But if you're new, hey, make sure you like and comment down below, subscribe, put a notification so you know we upload. Also, make sure you check out all our audio on all our audio platforms live on there. Feel free to give us whatever feedback they have on there. Any feedback and support is necessary. And before we get into things, we reached 300 on the gaming channel, but I think we're like a couple short on the podcast channel. But
we'll get it.
We'll get to 300 no time. It's plenty of time. There's plenty. New year just started, so plenty of new goals, etc. for us as a team. So I'm excited to see how this new year 2025 treats us. So, John, how you doing today, sir?
I'm excited. I'm still constructing my garage. It's gonna take me forever, but I got a mic for Christmas, so I might have something. You know what I mean? A better setup come the new year. I'm excited about it. How are you doing, Phil? We have big news to announce, but we're gonna wait on that for a minute, just until everybody's here. So Phil, let's get into it. How are you feeling?
Pretty good. Had a good Christmas. Had a good New Year's. Okay. Family time. Got some good presents, and also we got a Secret Santa Switch trip coming up. Pretty awesome. So excited for that as well. It's next month, so very, very excited about that. So also got to visit my bestie before Christmas, so I went to go see my friend Hannah, so that was nice as well. So hey, it was a lot of good time, and it was a well-needed break before the new year started for us for Baller Central.
Did Hannah come back, or did you go to Hannah again?
She came back for the holiday, so I visited before she had to go back. So
nice.
Yes.
That's what's up. I'm happy. That's what's up. It's always nice to get those surprises. You know what I mean? That, like, don't get me wrong. Maybe you planned it, or maybe
we planned it. Yeah, we planned it.
No. But like, what I'm saying is like it's just like you didn't. I don't mean, of course the holidays are coming. Of course she's coming back. I'm just saying that like it was a nice check off. You know what I mean? It's not like Santa's coming down the chimney. You know what I mean? We all know when that happens. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But that's lit. Yeah. That's awesome.
Okay, and we got Elijah coming in right now. Hey, how you doing, sir?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Good. How was your little break before the new year ended? Before the old year ended, sorry.
I'm a musician. I don't get breaks.
That's right.
Oh, that's true.
A lot of work for me. But I can't complain. Made some money.
Absolutely. Always happy to get a bag here and there. So,
I got a question. I got a question real quick for Elijah. Are we expecting new songs in the new year? Just real quick on. I don't.
That is a good question. Yeah.
No, I just don't mean to put the pressure. I just want to.
I've been writing recently.
Okay. Congrats. That's what's up, probably.
I actually have a few songs that I have recorded,
Nice.
Mixed, mastered, everything, ready to go. But they won't be coming out.
Okay, valid. I'm an artist. I hear you. I want to release that at the right time too. You know what I mean?
It's not that I want to release it at the right time. It's just that after listening to them, after being mixed and mastered, it's like I feel like I did better. So like I don't really want to put it out.
Okay. All right. Valid.
Like I'll use it for a reference for maybe something in the future. But as of right now, I have no plans to release anything this year.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure I will release something this year. So
nice.
I like that. Looking forward to it as always. So
I got a printer for Christmas though, so I'm gonna be printing out the ass in the new year. So let's get it. 4x5. We're gonna do all the Ball Center stuff. We're gonna do all the Twitch chat stuff. It's gonna be awesome.
Wow, you got money, or whoever gave it to you.
I got it as a Christmas present, so it was a nice little decent Christmas present.
Nice,
very nice.
So, obviously, we have a lot of NFL to go over last week, and just to preview the playoff implications. We're not gonna go over every single game for NFL Week 18 because obviously some of them don't matter, but we're also going to go over the ones that matter for the playoffs. So before we get into that, fantasy football, we have the nice little recap from our commissioner to tell us the final details of that and how it went down. So
you go ahead because this is you want to say it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I won this year. Obviously, we didn't get a chance to recap the last 2 weeks of the playoffs for fantasy because Christmas and New Year's. But I beat Zach to go to the finals, and RJ beat John to go to the finals. And then in a very, very close matchup, I didn't think it was going to be that close. I beat RJ thanks to Terry McLaurin on his side, since he only put up 1 point, and Sam Laporta closing the game out on Monday Night Football. So it's happy. I'm happy to, arguably be the greatest major of all time in our league. So to claim that.
Congratulations to you. I definitely don't think you're the greatest. You need to pump the brakes there. But
I mean how so?
Two championships within an 8-year span. Let's relax.
I mean,
let's relax.
If we want to actually, think about it.
I hear you. I'm just saying.
I mean, the only manager with 3 finals trips, the only manager with 2 finals wins, and making it to the finals 3 out of 7 years. I mean,
it's good. It's a good time.
But that's the resume. The resume's there.
The resume's there. Yeah. I mean, ask LeBron how he feels being compared to the GOAT and himself comparing him to the GOAT. A lot of people don't take to that. I'm just saying. And by the way, to quote you, I scored more points than you this week. So if I was in the finals against you, would your championship have counted? What did I say to you last year?
I guess we'll never know.
It don't matter. And good. I'm gonna stick with that. It don't matter. I'm happy to you, but I think we have a lot of good competition. I think Zach was someone who really impressed me this year. Going from nothing to something, upsetting Elijah, that was big. RJ competed from across the pond, that was pretty big. I mean, I think there's a lot of good competition, and I'm excited to see what the future holds for this fantasy thing. And honestly, it was a great commissioner, great season by you, Elijah. We upped it from $50 to $100 buy-in, which is over $1,000. So in the payout, which is amazing. I love that. And I mean, we stayed strong the whole year. So honestly, if next year can end up like this year, maybe not result-wise, but overall-wise, it was a pretty great year.
Result-wise.
I mean, hey, it is what it is. Now we get to all root against you, like you said to me. So it is what it is. Congrats to you.
Hey, absolutely. Okay. I know what it's been like to have that target on your back after, winning the chip. So, hey, I'm used to it at this point. But yeah, another great season. Commissioner Elijah, thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it as always, your efforts. Because I know it's a unique group to deal with, et cetera, et cetera. So all props to you as always. Looking forward to what it's in store for next year.
So, if I'm back as commissioner next year, there will be some scoring changes. There will be as also in fantasy basketball, but we're not talking about that for real right now. But congratulations, Phil. I mean, you won. You got a grand total of, let's not say the exact number so nobody touches you. But yes, John has already said it's over $1,000.
Sorry about
RJ will be getting his money back. Close second. It was a close call. RJ's wide receiver shit the bed. That's all it is.
Thank you, Terry McLaurin. And James Conner got injured early, so oof.
I mean, when you think about how Washington went to overtime and extended that game, like at least it was a matchup. That's what I wanted to say, because I got out fast early in that third place matchup, and then Zach came back, and I didn't even pay attention to my running back. So I mean, props to Zach again. But I hear you.
It was because it was scary for me just because I was in 2 championships. I won both of them, one in our league and obviously the one in IBT, the Dynasty one. So I had Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin in that league, and I was going up against RJ with Terry McLaurin and Jaden Daniels in that league. So I was kind of conflicted on what happened. But I mean, it played out perfectly. Jaden Daniels had a great game. Terry McLaurin had 1 catch. So, and I also
closer matchup between IBT and who
ESPN.
ESPN.
Yeah, we have a dynasty league. I was going up against Neil in the championship.
Mm-hmm.
I had James Conner, and I was going up against James Conner as well. So it was he had a lot of matchups that I had on my team as well for RJ. So it was kind of conflicting going back and forth. But I was lucky enough to have in the dynasty league. Alvin Kamara didn't play that week, so Ramondre Stevenson did. Patriots running back, and Neil scored like 0.1 for Neil. So. Yeah, I was very blessed in that matchup.
Was nice.
But other than that, another great year. Excited to see what next year has in store. Plus, we have a keeper league in ESPN, so I'm excited to see who keeps who, and just going into the new year. And obviously, we want Elijah back as commissioner. There's no other person I'd rather have as commissioner. So, you have my vote of confidence anyway. So,
Same.
Appreciate it. I already can tell you who I'm keeping.
Ooh.
Same for me. Same for me. So
all right, I like it. All right, let's get into it.
You want to talk? You want to say yours?
Yeah, why not?
I really don't know mine.
Mine's certain. Mine's already certain. So
okay, go ahead.
Who you got?
Oh, mine's Josh Allen and CD. Of course, it has to be.
Josh Allen and CD.
Yeah,
okay.
it has to be.
Mine will be Aaron Jones and Brock Bowers.
Okay,
Ooh.
very good, very good.
Aaron Jones was, I think, a 4th rounder.
Nice,
maybe 5th, and I definitely got Brock in like the 8th and 9th. So
yeah, I think mine was like 1st and 3rd, I believe, because I think CD was 1st and then Josh Allen was like 2nd, 3rd, or 4th.
He was 1st.
I'm actually very tempted to try to keep Kamara over Jones or keep Charbonnet over Jones, but we'll see.
Ooh.
Kamara would be a 2nd rounder that I would lose, but Charbonnet would be like.
I think that's too much for Kamara. No offense, I don't mean to be like that. He was a great keep this year. I think he'll be drafted again. I just think he goes 3rd round or later. Maybe not, but I don't know. Just think he's older. You know what I mean?
Maybe well, Charbonnet went, I think, maybe in the last round or 2nd.
Yeah, that's a great keep too.
And with Kenneth Walker's health issues and the way Charbonnet plays when he's out, it's like, why would I not keep that?
Yeah,
the entire team.
Yeah,
because Bowers would definitely go 2nd or 3rd round if I
yeah.
So
especially if he gets like a really if the Raiders try to trade up for a quarterback. Ooh,
I know.
Yeah, so Bowers is gonna have Bowers is locked in. I promise you that.
I
don't have any locks yet. I got like 4. Can I tell you who I'm thinking about keeping?
Okay, sure, go ahead.
Lamar Jackson. He was a late quarterback. He was a decently late quarterback. I think he was like a 5th rounder. Neighbors. I made the trade for Neighbors earlier. He was a 3rd rounder I could keep. Justin Jefferson's always going to be there, but I want to keep my 1st round pick alive, I think. I have George Pickens, who's going to be a number 1 in Pittsburgh. And then I also picked up Rashid Rice off of waivers, who's a 5th round pick. So I don't know who I want to keep, but those are the 4 that I'm really eyeing. And then there's also Nicole Collins, who I got in the 2nd round, who I loved this year. You know what I mean? He was a great number 1 for me.
Yeah.
So it's just like I don't know. I'm probably gonna stick towards Neighbors and Jackson or Neighbors and I don't know. Rico Dallas kind of did decent too, or someone I picked in the last round.
Yeah, but
I was screaming when I got him. He was such a good pickup this year. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be like that, but he was a weight guy.
For me, for my keepers, mine was probably given anyways. The top I think Josh Allen was probably one of the highest scoring fantasy players this year. It's a given. They got to keep him. And then was he number 2? He was right behind Lamar, or is he ahead of Lamar? I think it was back and forth.
Was pretty back and forth.
I believe Josh Allen was actually QB1 this year.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, and then
no, he's QB4.
Oh wow, who's ahead of them?
I think Lamar's 1. No offense, but yeah, he's just doing that MVP type thing.
But either way, with a talent like Allen and Lamb,
Lamar's
those guys are on
QB1,
top. So Yeah, it's a given that you got to keep some of the top talent.
Burrow's
Make sure they don't draft.
QB2. I want to see who QB3 is. I'm sorry, Phil. I'm not trying to.
Oh no, go ahead.
Was
I want to
Jaden
know.
Daniels
I want to know too.
And then let's get into football. It might be Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels 5.
QB6.
Okay.
I feel like Baker might be up there too.
Dude,
because of that last week he had.
Disrespected by not getting
QB5. Baker's QB3.
Yep. Yeah, because he went crazy last week. I had him in.
Phil, you lose a first and a third rounder.
That'd be
a third rounder for Josh Allen. Really,
you could do it again. You'd probably go fourth, realistically.
I really feel like you don't have to keep him to get him back.
Because Phil, I got Lamar Jackson in like the 5th, 6th round.
True, but with a talent like Josh Allen, someone's going to be trying to aim for him after this year. So
I hear
I'd lock him down.
I hear you.
But I understand where you come from too.
But
I could try to snipe him, but I rather.
I already know what my draft strategy is going to be. So
right. So hey, that's our fantasy football year. It's officially done. So excited to see where next year lies. But we also have to talk about some other stuff as well. Let's get into some NFL. Saquon Barkley. He is about 100 short from the record.
105. 105.
101.
My bad. 101.
So report came out that he will not be playing next week versus the New York Giants. And no record will be broken. Eric Dickerson's record is safe. He said in an interview, like they're in the locker room, they talked about it. He didn't want to put the team in jeopardy in case the person an injury. So how do we feel about this?
I feel like the record should stand even if Saquon was to break it in Game 17 because he has an extra game.
I hear you. The extra game doesn't like I don't know. Like what I'm saying is I would go off attempts, right? If we're talking games, because Eric Dickerson got way more attempts than Saquon did within that offense. You know what I mean? So like I don't think I'd count the extra game against him because I don't think it's going to happen. But realistically, I think Saquon, there was a great answer. You know what I mean? He didn't, not back up his coach. You know what I mean? He's Saquon Barkley at the end of the day. He gave a great answer. I would have loved to see him break it because I think he can break it in the first half against the New York Giants. They have a horrible run defense. But, I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think about it? It's But what if you don't win?
But you better win.
What if you don't win the Super Bowl?
If you don't win, then oof.
And you sat week 8, like you had the extra week, and you literally, you don't get there twice though. True. And I'm just saying he deserves to do it against the Giants because they should have paid him. All right, he should be a New York Giant right now. If they had a franchise tag they could have used, and they decided not to use it, and he walked to Philly and became the MVP, an MVP type candidate. Maybe not the MVP. Sorry, Josh, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I see it how if you want, you better win a championship because that's what you're sacrificing this record for. But because if you don't, it was all for nothing. And
you think the Eagles are purposely lose the game too? You think they're trying to tank?
I don't think they're going to purposely lose. I think they actually genuinely do not care win or loss.
I get that, but they do that every single year. Like, for example, even like when it didn't matter like 2 years ago, they played their starters against the Giants because it was the Giants. You know what I mean? Like what I'm saying is because the Giants record is so shitty, like one into the curse jar. Since the Giants record is so bad, like if they win this game against Philly, they go to 8. So now they don't have a quarterback.
Maybe they throw him out of a higher draft pick. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? now you can mess with who they're getting. So it's just like a tip for them to lose this game on purpose. And I think they should give the ball to Saquon anyways, get him 100 yards in the first half, and then let it be. But for me, you better win the Super Bowl because if you're sacrificing your name in the record books, you better pull out on the other side. So. And that's the kind of player Saquon Barkley is. He's a great player. He's a player that could go in the Hall of Fame. Like he is. I'm not saying his career is over. I'm not saying it's done. I'm just saying that like he's done everything right. He stood up for every single teammate. You know what I mean? Like he's a great player. Yeah.
Let's see. Hey, we'll see how it plays out. Elijah, anything else to add to that?
Gotcha. I think that, like I said, I don't think the Eagles care about the game. They just don't want anybody getting hurt. So
That's true. Yeah, I think they're sitting everybody out, like Jalen, AJ.
Purpose loss.
Hey, I want the Giants to win, so we can get
How dare you?
You're
already at number one. You're already
shout out Drew Lock. So also I know these don't matter as much because all-star voting for any sport is kind of oof, but the Pro Bowlers got announced today. Basically, not much argument from most positions, but except for the NFC quarterbacks. People, Elijah, you're a big Tampa Bay and Baker Mayfield fan. Do you think he could have got in over one of those three NFC quarterbacks? And Jaden, Daniel, Sam Darnold, and Jared Goff?
He could have, but he didn't deserve to. Because I think people forget that winning is a quarterback stat.
Sure.
All three have better records.
Sure.
So I felt like Sam and Jared Goff are like locked in there because they are both sitting at what, 14-2 right now.
Yeah, 13. Yeah, 14 because they won against Monday Night Football. Yeah.
Right now, so I feel like they were locked in. Sam has played amazing this year. Can't lie.
And
Jaden, literally a rookie phenom, electric the entire year. So yeah, he goes in over Baker, but I feel like Baker, if anything, he's the first replacement. And then I feel like Jalen Hurts is probably the second, only because of record. But I also think Jalen Hurts played like ass this year. But
yo, can I just say that? Bam! You were just like first replacement, and you might be right. Jared Goff or Sam Darnold might go to the Super Bowl. So it could be Baker Mayfield in, and I think it should be. And I can't disagree with you. I think you're very right on all these points. I just think maybe Baker Mayfield did a little bit more with less compared to Sam Darnold, but that's also the only hill I have. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like it's a small hill, but what I'm saying is Justin Jefferson is just that good in my mind. I'm not saying Sam Darnold didn't improve. I'm not saying Sam Darnold didn't do a great job this year. He deserves to be in the Pro Bowl. I'm just saying, which is a joke of a game. No offense. I don't mean to be like that, but
most I think we also have to realize though that Baker's sitting at what 9-7, 8 right now.
Yeah. Well, you
so
lose
did more with less. Saying he did more with less at the end of the day, it's kind of empty stats because
I hear that.
Like it could just be because you've been losing this entire game, so now you have no choice but to throw the ball for 400 yards.
True. But I'm just I hear you.
Hey, I mean, yeah, because if you look at Jaden Daniels' stats and Baker's stats, Elijah said like those empty stats. He has more passing yards. He has more passing yards per game, more touchdowns, and he has a better QBR. But like I said, during those games where he has to shoot out just because no Mike Evans for a short while and Chris Godwin was out for the year, so.
I'm just saying, throwing the ball to Sterling Shepard is I've watched the Giants. All right, it's hard. All right, it's hard to get
Sterling Shepard, Rashard White, and all them.
Daniel Jones got him so injured so many times.
Yeah. So yeah, that was just a little bit of the Pro Bowl talk. I mean, the whole roster's out, and I think that was there was few complaints about it, but yet again, it's Pro Bowl. It doesn't mean too much to the players or the news. So hey, here's what it is. So the last week's games. Actually, John, you have to be out a couple minutes.
I got till 5:35. Sorry about it.
5:35.
Right,
okay.
Before we move on, because you're skipping something that needs to be talked about.
Yeah, we talked about whatever.
We need to talk about this MVP race.
Oh, okay. I forgot to add about that.
Words gonna get spitting. Sorry about it.
Okay, yeah. we'll do that, and then Pick'ems and John could roll out.
Okay, we need to talk about how Joe Burrow actually is the one who deserves the MVP.
Did we not say records a second ago? I'm just saying.
No, we can.
Okay, I'm just saying.
We're also. That's also. Don't get me wrong. That is also.
No, you're right. You are right. With Joe Burrow.
Part of it.
With no defense.
Bro. Thank you.
Or coaching.
Okay. Or coaching. Honestly,
as much as winning is a quarterback stat, it's a team game. So when it comes to Baker and the Bucks, that defense is not as bad as Burrow's defense is.
Sure.
For them to have the same record.
Yeah.
But let's just talk about the fact that Burrow has more total yards, more total touchdowns. Granted, he does have the most interceptions, but he's literally making the Cincinnati offense.
Got you. I can see Burrow as
Higgins and Chase Brown, but he's making that offense. And I feel like if they make the playoffs, he deserves the MVP award.
Okay. Kenny from IBT
would doesn't make the MVP award. I need to find out, and I need to know who do y'all think should win MVP? First of all,
you're gonna have
Lamar or Josh.
He didn't say Saquon. What?
I'm gonna say first Saquon just because of what he's gonna do. But secondly, I'm gonna say Lamar Jackson. And I know Josh Allen should get it because he's won the bigger games. He beat the Lions. He beat the Chiefs. He beat. You know what I mean? Like I'm just saying, Lamar Jackson
Who did he lose to?
From last year.
Who did Josh Allen lose to? Terribly.
The Texans?
No.
He did. I mean, technically,
I don't know. I don't know. I don't have the things.
He lost to Lamar, did he not?
He might have. Yeah. He might have lost to Lamar. Lamar. I don't know. I don't have the thing in front of me, but I didn't. Yeah, I didn't even realize that. That's a good point.
Pull up the exact final score.
Yeah. I'm Lamar
35 to 10.
Win it again. I know nobody wants that, but
yeah,
Lamar beat Josh Allen.
Sure, I would think so. That's what I'm saying.
It's like Embiid versus Jokic.
I just don't know how to make that case to America. You know what I mean? Like America be thinking Josh Allen's going to take MVP. You know what I mean? I don't think that's
who you got. Who you got, Phil?
Yeah, who you got?
Oh, Burrow. I was going to say just because of all that. He has better stats than both of them. Okay. And he's literally carrying that team because of the dead weight of the coaching and the defense, because that defense will.
Joe Burrow's been the best quarterback in the NFL this year. Yeah, we can all agree on that. But if we're talking MVP, like I fail to realize, and since we're all on the same page, this conversation is going to end right here, basically.
Yeah.
I fail to realize why Josh Allen is winning this MVP race and why he's such a favorite to win the MVP award, because
they don't want to give it to Lamar again. That's my thing. I think they don't want to give it to Lamar, and that's the only thing about it.
Is this a LeBron James type of situation where it's just
1,000%. This is
also,
it.
Do you think it's more like more recently? It's more like an Embiid here. You can have the award, shut up about it type of thing, just like last year to Josh Allen. A lot of people are making that comparison. It's like, here, you've been crying for MVP. Here you go.
Like, I wouldn't even care about MVP. Like, I love Saquon's perspective of I want to win the damn Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like, that's at the end of the day. But he needs to bring that to Buffalo. All right, forget this MVP talk, Josh Allen. You need a Super Bowl, otherwise I will make fun of you for the next 50 years. All right?
Yeah.
Until I die, I'll be like, how many Super Bowls?
If he has an MVP type year and doesn't win the MVP and lose to Patrick Mahomes yet again in the playoffs,
how many Super Bowls, Phil?
Oof. Phil Rivers.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to tell people like that, but yeah.
And people were saying like Lamar Jackson is the Peyton Manning to Mahomes Brady because he has the MVPs.
Sure.
Josh Allen doesn't even have that.
I just can't wait till I want Lamar to win one. I don't mean to be rooting for the Ravens like that.
Would it be a third or fourth?
I would want him to win the Super Bowl.
Third?
Like that's
this would be a third if he wins this year.
I believe so.
It would be a third if he wins this year.
Hey.
But I want him
to win it 2 years ago. Was it Mahomes?
Yeah, I think so.
Because Lamar won it last year, and then he won a couple years ago as well. Yeah. So yeah, be the third. Yeah. It
would be like third in 5 years or something. Something like that. I have no idea. Maybe 4.
So hey. Very, very. I'm excited to see how that plays out. I don't know when do they announce the awards? A week before Super Bowl
now. So yeah, this would be Lamar's third. Patrick won it the year before. Aaron won it the year before him, back to back, and Lamar won it 2019.
That's what I thought.
Okay, but hey, we'll see how that plays out. And before John heads out, we are going to do our NFL pick'ems, and just because week 18, not a lot much going on. There's only a couple games for playoff implications. We're going to go with those games solely. So if I missed one, feel free to let me know. First up, the Saturday games, Cleveland at Baltimore. Because this might impact the next game we're going to talk about.
I don't see why Baltimore actually goes crazy in this game. I think the 1 seed is already locked up, so I feel like they're locked into 3. The AFC South is terrible. Yeah. So locking in the 3 would not be bad for them.
I would say it's probably
Ravens. Yeah, it all depends. I'm going to Baltimore just because they should have the talent either way.
Mm-hmm.
And who'd you pick? Baltimore?
Ravens.
Ravens? Okay, gotcha. Now a more important game, the game right after that, AFC North battle once again. Cincinnati trying to fight into the playoffs, and the Steelers trying to prove their stuff as well. So who we got in that one? At Pittsburgh, by the way.
And this is where I think Cincinnati beats Pittsburgh, and this is why I don't think Baltimore should really care about that Cleveland game. I got Cincinnati.
I got Cincy as well.
I got Pittsburgh. I'm sorry. I just been riding with them all year. I gotta go Pittsburgh. I know.
Hey, stick to your guns. Understandable.
By the way, Lamar Jackson, this is his only chance to win MVP. He better be rooting for Pittsburgh hard here because if Joe Burrow ends up in the playoffs, give him MVP. Just for getting in the play, give him MVP. Just give it to him. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be
because the
he
Steelers
came back from the dead. Did he not?
The Steelers need the Ravens to lose so they can tie with them. No, the Steelers need the Ravens to lose against Cleveland to try to get the same record as them. I don't know who would own that tiebreaker between the Ravens and the Steelers.
I think Baltimore because of the points.
Oh, maybe because of the points.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah, because they have 483 and Pittsburgh has 363. So, yeah. So, yeah, either way, Steelers kind of screwed. But
I'm talking about the head-to-head points.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was just looking just randomly on the score. So, yeah. I think, I said earlier, I think Cincinnati goes down fighting. I don't know if they'll win, if they'll make it in or not, just because it depends on a couple different games because it's not completely.
No, they have to win. They have to win to get in.
Yeah, they have to win. I thought they needed the Broncos to lose.
They have to win. They at least have to win to get in.
Okay.
They don't have the same record as the Broncos.
Gotcha.
I don't want to see the Broncos in the playoffs. I'd rather see Joe Burrow. Let's get it. Come on.
Gotcha. Okay, so next one, Carolina at Atlanta. Now, Atlanta did themselves no favors last week against losing to the Commanders, especially with that new kicker missing the 50-yard field goal. So Atlanta should, probably win this, right? Penix showed some promise last week.
Who are they playing?
The Panthers at home. Atlanta's at home.
Going with the Panthers.
Ooh, that'd be one hell of an upset.
I'm riding with Elijah. Panthers, baby. Let's go. Carolina.
Ooh, okay.
It would be the upset.
And the game that would clinch the division for the Buccaneers. The Saints are traveling to Tampa Bay. It should be, I think the Buccaneers do close the door on the Falcons here for the division.
I got Tampa.
Who is the Bucs playing again? Sorry.
Saints.
Give me Tampa. Sorry.
At Tampa. Yeah, so yeah.
All right, so here we go. Sorry, just to finish the AFC scenario here. The Broncos win, they're in. If the Broncos lose and the Dolphins win, the Dolphins are in.
Oh, yeah, the Bengals.
Broncos and the Dolphins have to lose for the Bengals to get in.
Damn. That's one hell of a miracle.
Damn, Joe Burrow's rooting for the New York Jets this weekend. How crazy is that? Let's go.
Okay. Speaking of the Broncos, KC will be sitting most of his starters, Mahomes and others versus Denver at Denver. Does Denver claim their ticket to the playoffs here?
I think Denver gets in. I don't see how Denver loses this game.
They should win this game, though.
They're 10.5-point favorites, Denver is. So imagine Carson Wentz said, fuck it, I'm going to ball out and just kills the Broncos. That'd be hilarious. But yeah, I think Denver closed the door on Cincy. Cincy had a hard fight to get back into it, but yeah, there's no way.
Your starters?
Lose. Yeah, if they're seeing the starters, the Broncos are 10-point favorites. Yeah, I think Denver gets their playoff berth here.
Probably same.
So that would mean this upcoming game would be kind of useless. Miami at New York Jets.
I'm going with Miami.
Cold weather, though.
We suck.
Ooh.
No, we suck. We suck. Elijah's right. But I'm going to go with the Jets because I believe that Joe Burrow deserves to be in the playoffs. And if we could do one thing and one thing only, it would be beating Miami, which won't happen. But
we never beat them when it comes.
We never beat them, especially at home. We never beat them at home. And they have the worst fans. They think they've won things. They haven't won since like the freaking whatever.
Marino.
Yeah. 80s. Yeah.
But they haven't won with Marino. Never mind.
Yeah, they haven't won since Marino, so it is what it is. It is. They haven't even won with Marino, but it is what it is. Yeah, let me go Jets here. Unfortunately,
yeah, I'll go Jets too, just because it'd be funny to see Tua losing the cold once again. Be hilarious. And
he didn't even play last week.
I think he's questionable. I don't know for sure, but if he doesn't play, they're losing for sure. Then, okay. But probably the most important matchup, the most tuned in matchup for the week. Winner gets the division, loser gets the 5th seed. Minnesota at Detroit. Now, Detroit did go all out last week, even though they didn't have to. It would have been the same scenario this week, but they beat the 49ers. So how do we feel about this game right here this week?
There's no way Detroit loses.
There's no way Detroit loses?
It's going to be a very high-scoring game because keep in mind, Detroit doesn't have a defense. Everybody's hurt.
Mm-hmm. That's what I mean.
There's no way Detroit loses this game. This team knows how to fight regardless of who's there, and there's no way they lose.
Yeah, they won the first matchup, right? Between them,
did, I think. It was close though.
Yeah. Shit, I'm going Detroit as well. I mean, they just been on a roll. They didn't have to play their starters last week. It would have been the same scenario this week, but they showed, how mentally tough they are and pulled it out. They dropped 40 on the 49ers, which obviously is not the 49ers of last year because everyone's injured as well. But hey, they're just showing that they're going to play every game no matter who it is against what the scenario is. So I think that's the type of mentality you need to have going into the playoffs and into the playoffs. So yeah, I got Detroit beating the Vikings here.
They're my number one team I'm rooting for in the playoffs. They're my number one team I'm rooting for in the playoffs. This game, they got a lot of injuries. And I don't know. I want to almost rock with Minnesota, but I will go Detroit. I will go Detroit by a small margin because I believe in what Elijah's just saying. And apparently Montgomery's coming back. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
already?
Like in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. There's a rumor about that.
There's a rumor.
Yeah. Winner gets the bye, most likely plays the Buccaneers or Rams in the first round. So
it'll be the Bucs.
Yeah, most likely. Because I think the Rams and Bucs don't have the same record, right? They're
the Bucs are winning the division.
I mean, if the Rams lose and the Bucs win, they will be at 10-7, right?
Yeah, they might play.
The Bucs are the 4th seed because they're winning the division, though.
Yeah, I get you. But
I didn't think because of the record. Like if they have like a tiebreaker, they would be like the 3 seed and Rams move to the 4 seed. Wouldn't it be? Or like a certain division for each seed.
Aren't the Rams ahead of them like by a game?
Yeah.
No, so division is 1 through 4. So
yeah,
it's my ranking of whatever. So if they win the division, they're 4. There's no changing it. There's no 5.
Oh, okay. Because I thought if they both have the same record, I don't know who would get the 3 or 4 seed since they're both division.
No, the Rams are locked in 3.
Yeah,
okay.
They're locked in. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how this final week plays out with all the possible scenarios, and there's another race that is involved with this that the Giants kind of messed up last week. The race for the number 1 seed.
True. So let's get it speeding though. I gotta go. It's
I mean we're done, John. I mean
we're done.
Yeah.
Got you. We ain't picking the Giants. We ain't picking the Giants over Philly.
I mean, it's not a game that matters technically.
Oh
damn!
They
don't move anywhere. So yeah, I was just doing the playoff implication.
I guess no, but you don't think there's going to be an upset like there was last week with the Giants?
Oh, hold on. Sorry, real quick.
Yeah, we are done.
Yeah, if the Rams lose and the Bucs win, then the Bucs do go to 3.
Okay, I was curious about that. Like any other possible stuff.
I don't know why that is, but
and the Rams are sitting starters as well versus the Seahawks.
I don't think they care.
Yeah, I think they're just happy they're in. So
they're gonna rest up.
Yeah. So John, before you head out, any last words?
I hope the Patriots win this week. Let's go, New England. Let's go. I think there's gonna be one team that does it. It's probably gonna be the Giants. All right, because Eagles will sit everybody and will win, which is no point. But I think when it comes to this, I think at the end of the year, these guys are fighting for their jobs and stuff, and a play makes a difference. So good for them.
Okay. Hey.
All right. I'll catch y'all later.
Yep. Have a good day, sir.
Great podcast. Love you. Peace out.
Love you too. Damn. Just say fuck it. Goodbye. Okay. Elijah, how do you feel about how things are working out for the draft so far? I think there's nothing much left to talk about. We're not going to go over last week because we pretty much did already. I pretty much is how the draft is.
I really don't like. I'll be honest with you, and this is just like it's basically going to turn into a rant about the New York Jets.
Oh, go ahead. Hey, you have the time. Float yours.
We fucked ourselves over so much by throwing all of our eggs in this Aaron Rodgers basket. And when they went and got Devontae, it was like, all right, I have reason to believe again. Without realizing Aaron is still the quarterback. And it's not like he played better when Devontae got there. And it's not like this defense even stepped up to be half as good as they were last year. We're supposed to be a top 3 defense in the league. We're supposed to have Sauce, the best corner. Quentin Williams supposed to be the best interior lineman at this point. Freaking our linebacking core is supposed to be top 5. Our secondary is supposed to be a no-fly zone, and we literally this entire season have shit the bed. And it's hard to point fingers at Aaron Rodgers because if the defense can't stop anybody, then we can't just put it on you to just outscore everybody because you are still 39 years old. You're still 40 years old. but you are really an asshole and very entitled. And it's like, I knew you were like this, but it's like, you literally like. You remember when everybody said Kyrie was a locker room cancer? Wherever he goes, he just disrupts the chemistry.
In Boston and others, yep.
Hey, that's not fucking true. That title goes to Aaron Rodgers because that's exactly what he did. Because now I'm sitting here and I'm looking at Garrett Wilson wanting out if Aaron Rodgers comes back.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure Brees don't want to be there. Sauce don't want to be there. None of these guys are acting like they even want to play football for the New York Jets anymore. And it's I really want to sit here and say, let Aaron go. I don't care. Cut him. Hopefully he retires. Nobody else has to deal with this. But I don't think anybody else would want to deal with it. But like I said, cut him.
Cleveland might be dumb enough.
Let him go. Devontae, trade him. Because I don't think Devontae's going to want to stay with another quarterback because that would make 5 quarterbacks in the last 4 years, I think, for him.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, we need a rebuild, but, I mean, we're still missing that quarterback piece. And, again, I will say this, and I said this at the beginning of the season. I'm sorry, Zach Wilson, that the New York Jets have failed you. Because I've still been rooting for you. I didn't think you were entirely the problem. You just came out of college. Nobody gave you time to freaking develop. You just got here. I thought learning from Aaron would have benefited you. I don't know why we let go of you. And I think if we need we have Tyrod Taylor as a bridge quarterback. I'm fine with that. I'm fine rolling Tyrod out there next year and letting him hoop with Brees and Garrett and Lazard and Conklin. And seeing what happens. We also had Jordan Travis on our roster, which I think he could be the guy. We don't need to go quarterback in the first round, but I've clocked out after I think we ended up 2-5 or 3-5. At that point, I was done. I've been done since then.
Damn.
Only thing I cared about was fantasy football. Fantasy football's over. I no longer care about football until the playoffs start because my team took a shit. My fantasy team and the Jets both took shits.
Yeah. Do you think for Mr. Zach Wilson, we get to see like a sort of Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield redemption arc?
I know we will. I just know we will.
Because a lot of people are saying that.
At the end of the day, Zach Wilson is not like, I will forever say that Zach Wilson was not a bad quarterback. He had nobody to learn from. And he had no chance to develop. His first coach was a defensive coordinator. Our offensive coordinator is Nathaniel Hackett. What? We hated him in Denver. Or where was he before? Sorry.
Denver. Yeah. He was the head coach in Denver. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Everybody hated him in Denver. We thought he was going to come to New York and do something good. No, I didn't.
He was all part of the Aaron Rodgers buddy system.
Only reason I thought it would work out is because we had Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. Sorry for believing. I just thought because we have Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, which now is in question for me, even though he's 39. I can't hold this against him too much. It's in question for me. That's the only reason why I thought we would do something good on offense this year. But Zach Wilson has now sat under Sean Payton for an entire season. He sat in a quarterback room with Sean Payton. Did you not see Zach Wilson's also final preseason game? Okay, he showed you how great he can actually be. And there's going to be a time when a team like Chicago, when they finally give up on this dumbass Caleb Williams project, because he's terrible. When they finally give up on that project, they'll go get Zach Wilson just as a bridge quarterback or something, just get us through this year and we'll get another quarterback. And Zach Wilson is going to ball out and they're going to sit here and say, maybe we don't need a quarterback. Zach Wilson's a great answer right here. And that's exactly what's going to happen. I really wish we didn't get rid of Zach. and we have no answer at quarterback.
Yeah.
So
you have any draft plans? What would you
I
actually
don't
do?
have any draft plans. Just go get best player available. The team all around sucked this entire year. We played maybe 3 good games. We sucked this entire year. Wide receivers sucked. Quarterback play sucked. Breece Hall took a step back. Defense sucked. Special teams sucked. Best player available. That's my draft plan.
Yeah. It looks like this is going to be like a top 10, top 12 pick. So
I believe we'll be top 8. Especially because if we lose to Miami, especially, there's like I think we're sitting on 4 wins right now.
I just looked it up. Let's see. I believe so, yeah. It is 4 wins. Yep, 4-12.
So best player available.
Yeah.
We need all the help we can get in every single area. Again, I don't know what happened. Maybe this is his second year, right? So
yeah,
maybe this is just a sophomore slump, and it is what it is.
Yeah. Is there a specific...
Breece Hall, y'all are still you're still young, and this ship can get turned around, but we need another court. We need somebody else who's not a cancer such as Aaron Rodgers was this year.
Yeah. And hopefully the right coach. I think Saleh should have stayed, but obviously they wanted a scapegoat. And sadly, that was
Listen, Saleh was a good coach. Do not get me wrong, but he's not a head coach.
He's a coordinator?
He's a defensive coordinator, and I think that is his ceiling. Now, I'm pretty sure these last 4 or 5 years with the Jets were great experience for him, and maybe it's possible that he could be a head coach again. I'd actually like to see him get another chance as a head coach. But he's a coordinator. And he's a great coordinator. There's nothing wrong with that. We're still making millions. Okay?
He did great as a San Fran
exactly. You're still making millions. You're still in the National Football League. There's nothing wrong with being a lifetime coordinator. Eric Bieniemy is another terrible head coach, great coordinator.
Is there anyone you have your eyes on for the next Jets head coach?
That's right.
He was making his case on ESPN tons of every single week.
I've been said, and this is way back when Sanchez was still our quarterback.
The Sanchez.
Rex Ryan was not the problem. Go get him. Go get him. Watch what happens. We'll run out Tyrod next year. We'll run out. Maybe we do give Jordan Travis a chance next year. If Zach Wilson was still here, I'm pretty sure we'd be 10-6 right now. If we had Rex Ryan as our head coach. Saleh, I think, should go back. I'd bring Saleh back as a DC. But I think Rex Ryan should be our head coach.
Okay.
We need a culture shift. And I think he's the right guy. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah. As for state of the Patriots, they're looking at probably the first pick in the draft. We don't know if they're actually going to try against Buffalo because Buffalo is probably going to play Josh Allen for like a couple possessions and taking him out, obviously to keep his games played streak intact, but also preserve him for the playoffs. So, I mean, I want to lose the game just because to keep that number 1 pick intact, but I feel like if we do keep it, if we do have it at the end of the year, I feel like we're going to try to trade down to get a lot of in return, just because we don't need, Shedeur, we don't need Cam Ward. I personally think the Patriots should go tackle, preferably one from the LSU or the Texas one. I forgot their names, but I think Kelvin Banks is the Texas one. They need a tackle. They need a wide receiver. I want the Arizona kid if we do go wide receiver, but I think more importantly, they need to shore up that O-line for Mr. Drake May, because if they do draft receiver, it'd be hard to get in the ball if Drake May is running for his life every single possession. So hopefully they get the first pick or second and just trade down and get whatever they can for it, like a treasure chest of stuff. That's a lot of people were going to want that first pick to draft Cam and or Shedeur, which I think it probably will be Shedeur. So maybe the Raiders might get him because of the Tom Brady connection, because he's the owner for the Raiders and he loves, he loves them, and I think Shadur is a part of Brady's program, so it might be a trade with the Raiders and it works. So I think they should prioritize protecting Mr. Drake May instead of giving him a weapon. And plus, they're going to have like a 90 or 95 mil in cap space anyways. T. Higgins is presumably a target for them in the offseason, so they can get a decent wide receiver in free agency, or they can probably get one in the second or third round. So I think their main priority for the Patriots should be O-line and, like I said, LSU kid or the Texas kid. So hopefully, and there people were calling for like Gerard Mayo's job, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, has he shown incompetence here and there in some of the press conferences? Sure, but he's doing his job. You're supposed to think you're supposed to get a high draft pick. I want to see what he does with an actual competent roster and then go from there. Because a lot of people are calling for Bill Belichick. A lot of people are calling for. I think Nick Wright said it on First Things First or whatever his FS1 show is called. Get Dion become the coach and get his kids, etc., etc. I don't think that'll work out, but yeah, I just want to see if Gerard Mayo can actually do with a competent roster. So I don't think the head coach is the problem. You just have one of the worst rosters in the league. Build up first and then see how he does. So it's gonna be interesting. Last week,
it was his first season as head coach. Like I'm sitting here, like he came. You're talking about Bill Belichick, right? Was the prior coach? Yeah,
that's a lot of.
You brought in a new guy, and y'all got these big ass shoes for him to fill. And y'all, what do y'all expect? This is his first. I mean, he's never been a head coach before.
If they were to get rid of someone on the coaching staff, OC and DC, because the OC, Mr. Van Pelt, the offense looked terrible this year, even with some Drake May flashes, and our defense has been like top 10 or top 12 the last couple of years, even without Belichick. And with Belichick,
I don't think DC should go. I don't think anybody should go. It's a rookie DC. I mean, a rookie quarterback with a rookie head coach.
Our DC should go. I feel like there may be better DC or OC available, but I don't think
he may be. But I'm talking about rookie head coach.
Yeah.
Rookie quarterback. Y'all want them to go to the playoffs?
Not right now, no.
One?
No.
Y'all want them to win more? Like, I did not expect them to win any more than 3 games.
Like they did win 3, yeah.
How many wins y'all have? 2?
3.
You have 3?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that was my prediction.
Bengals, Bears, and somebody else. I think it was the Jets.
Yes, it was the Jets. You beat us. Second game, y'all beat us.
Bengals, Bears, Jets.
So, like, what do y'all expect? Rookie head coach. Rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
It's not going to work year one. Gerard Mayo does not need to be fired. Maybe if you can find a better OC or better DC, go ahead, go for it.
Yep.
Gerard Mayo's not the problem. Okay?
Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah. Plus, there's a lot of injuries. David Andrews, their captain. Basically, anyone who was named the captain in the preseason for the Patriots got injured. Gerard Mayo named David Andrews as a captain. He got injured. One of the main linebackers, got injured. So basically, anyone who named like the first 3 captains were injured. So yeah, not much. But I'm hoping that the Patriots do the right thing and like get some O-line help. That should be the main priority. So hopefully. But because it doesn't make sense for the Patriots to draft an offensive lineman first pick when they can get it 6th, 7th, 8th if they trade down. So just try to get a boatload of capital and then get your guy a little bit later. So hey, is there anything else you want to get your mind off of before we head out?
No, not really, man. Like I said, man, I'm so over the NFL until playoffs start. Mahomes just keeps winning. Can't do anything about it. Just hope that he gets stopped this year, because a 3-peat is going to lead to some very uncomfortable conversations this offseason. And to make things worse, like I actually like Mahomes. Okay, I'm a fan of that football player, but we are gonna end up having some very uncomfortable conversations if he does 3-peat, and I hate to say I'm rooting against him, even though I'm a fan, but I pray he doesn't repeat.
Who's the biggest threat to him this year?
It's the Lions. The Bills just can't. Obviously, Josh Allen just can't beat him. I don't trust Josh Allen in playoffs either, because Josh Allen's actually been a historical playoff. He's just the best historically in the playoffs. I think we only talk about he only had one good game.
Yeah,
And that was that one game where they went to OT and lost. But that was the only good game he had against Mahomes. And that's the only good game he had in the playoffs. So he's not really a threat to me. Lamar could be a threat, especially with Derrick Henry there. But the Chiefs, again, it's just they always find a way. The biggest threat is that somebody who is going to have, I feel like whoever presents the most dynamic offense for that defense to be able to stop. Because, going back to the Ravens, the Chiefs have the top, I think, 5 or top 10 run defense in the league. They're going to shut that down. I think Phil froze. But, yeah, he definitely froze. But Chiefs have a top 10 run defense in the league. So, Lamar and them going to have to do something else. Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, Rashad Bateman, they're going to have to really step up and get it moving, get it popping. Other than that, the biggest threat is going to be the Lions because Amon-Ra, Laporta, Jameson Williams, dogs. Great passing offense. Jameson Williams probably one of the fastest players in the NFL. I don't know how the Chiefs are planning to stop that. And then you have to run out Jahmyr Gibbs, who's also mad fast. And then you have David Montgomery, who's just going to run straight down the pause. About to run straight down your throat, though. So, I don't know how these guys are going to stop it. But I think the Lions do pose the biggest threat. I'm hoping that the Chiefs don't make the Super Bowl, so the Lions are the ones to stop them. But if they do, I really hope it's Chiefs-Lions this year. And I will be rooting for the Lions as much as I'm just rooting to see a good game. But I'm going to close out the show today because my brother in arms has been shut down. Appreciate the 4 viewers who are tuned in right now. Y'all could talk in the comments. Let me know who's here so I can just say what's up because I can't see who's here. Let me know what y'all think. Who y'all root for heading into the playoffs. Wi-Fi went out, of course. Yeah, let me know what y'all think is going on. And, y'all takes on stuff. Who y'all root for going to the playoffs? Who you think's going to make the playoffs next week for the AFC and finish out win the NFC South? And, I just want to encourage y'all to all have a great rest of your week. Also, enjoy this entire new year. Just remember that no gay shit, but new year, new you. There's always a chance to be better and become a better person and be a better you. So lock in and make this year, you got to put in the work to make this year as good as you want it to be. And I hope y'all all do. I pray everybody stays safe this year because we've already had a shooting in Queens. We've already had a terrorist attack in New Orleans. Stay safe, man. Lock in, plug in, recharge, stay with your family, stay with God, and or Allah, whatever you believe in. We don't discriminate over here. And I wish everybody the best. Our outro song will be one of my favorite songs. I still listen to the song ever since I've heard it. Hold My Stay Part 2 by Afe, aka Walid. Shout out him. Hope he's good. Been a minute since I've seen him. But yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all follow us on the socials. TikTok, I think, will be shut down in about 17 days, actually. So maybe you don't have to follow us there. But definitely YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. We're out here. Baller Central 4 on all of those. Baller Central. We have Baller Central Gaming. And man, stay tuned. We got some more stuff coming. NFL is about to wrap up, so we will be playing more games. We'll be talking more NBA. We got WWE. We got baseball. We got a lot of stuff to still talk about. This is an all sports podcast. And we're here for everybody. Enjoy the rest of y'all night. We'll get copyrighted, different song. Okay. Instead of that song, we will play. Let's just play the same opening song because it's the shortest one. My song, Sugar Interlude. Enjoy. Have a good day. Good night. If I can actually find out how to go.
Did you feel this way when you fell in love with Jean?
Oh, look. I've felt that way lots of times.
He's a producer?
Hey, I'm looking for Mrs. Bubblegum. Yeah, you know I need the sweet love, cocoa butter kisses that I could only dream of. Making people want the love we have when they see us. I love ya, I want ya, girl, I really need ya. Is it real? Is it real? See, I don't wanna question it. Is it real? Is it real? I think that's a definite. I thank God every day, cause yeah, she really heaven sent. See, God don't make mistakes. My baby's really evidence. Kisses on the cheek that I can't get enough of. You keep the smile on my face from sun up to sun up. I take you out on dates and I could buy you roses. See, I know this ain't perfection, but this really the closest. The fussing and the fighting isn't necessary. The Valentine's for us is not only in February. Anything you want, man, you can get it out of me. See, I just ask for loyalty, man. Show me that you down for me.